Hi everybody. In the last several videos we've been talking about Dr. Bredesen's RECODE protocol for reversal of cognitive decline, which has been a crucial program for my dad. Dr. Bredesen's team has helped hundreds of people reverse their cognitive decline, establish mild cognitive impairment, and Alzheimer's disease with this protocol as evidenced in successful studies in 2014, 2016, 2018, 2022, and current clinical trials. On episodes 48, 55, 60, 62, 68, 71, and 73, we dove into Dr. Bredesen's anti-Alzheimer's diet, also known as KetoFlex 12-3. You can find an introductory brief overview on this diet on episode 16, which I'll be linking in the description box below. And in these last episodes, we specifically talked about how central insulin resistance is to cognitive decline and how nutritional ketosis and fasting have proven to be powerful tools in reversing it. RECODE has multiple modes of treatment, but Dr. Bredesen's core four major areas are DESS: diet, exercise, sleep, and stress reduction. These four make the biggest difference in helping prevent and reverse Alzheimer's and cognitive decline because they have such a profound effect on greatly helping prevent and reverse insulin resistance and promoting insulin sensitivity. Dr. Bredesen's team has found that patients that had the best results on the protocol all restored or improved their insulin sensitivity. Insulin resistance has recently exploded in our population. Overconsumption of highly refined carbohydrates has led to an unnatural transition from burning both fat and carbs for energy towards exclusively burning only glucose for fuel. As glucose markers increase and a loss of sensitivity to insulin develops, just like in type 2 diabetes, the brain's ability to access the glucose it needs drops. As the insulin resistance increases, this leads to a fuel deficiency in the brain. Less energy to go around for neurons means downsizing of function, and lowered insulin response is a massive driver of cognitive decline. This is why Alzheimer's disease is more and more being referred to as type 3 diabetes. As a population, we are swimming in an ocean of artificially processed and manufactured food-like substances, highly loaded with sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and inflammatory industrial seed oils. Insulin resistance is central to our chronic disease epidemic, including Alzheimer's. In response to this, Dr. Bredesen's team formulated a dietary program based on very good research that promoted insulin sensitivity, minimized inflammation, reduced obesity, improved cardiovascular status, helped optimize hormonal response, and thus improved cognition. Dr. Bredesen's anti-Alzheimer's diet, KetoFlex 12-3. See episodes linked below. Like we've discussed before, KetoFlex 12-3 is designed to get us into ketosis, the process in which our bodies break down and burn fat for energy as opposed to just carbs. Thus, we start to fuel the brain with ketones. To promote ketosis, Dr. Bredesen wants us eating a low-carbohydrate diet, rich in healthy fats, moderate protein, and a lot of nutrient-dense vegetables. This switches our metabolisms from carb-burning and insulin-resistant to fat-burning and insulin-sensitive. Now, this dietary program has a lot of moving parts, and it's easy to get overwhelmed if we focus on changing too many things at once. So, to simplify things a bit, here are the 5 major steps to transition into this brain-healthy dietary program. Step 1. Start fasting. To start generating ketones for more brain energy, to turn on our evolutionary healing process called autophagy, to enhance our detoxification, and to improve our body's overall metabolic health. Dr. Bredesen's recommendations are to fast 3 hours between dinner and bedtime, and fast at least 12 hours between dinner and breakfast the following day. See why on episode 60. Step 2. Remove all inflammatory foods from our homes and diet. We need to put out the fire, as Dr. Bredesen says. It doesn't matter how much of the good stuff we put in if we're still inflaming ourselves and damaging our tissues with junk. The 4 major inflammatory food categories to remove are: number 1, sugar in all its forms, including high fructose corn syrup, brown rice syrup, barley malt, dextrose, sucrose, lactose, maltodextrin, molasses, beet sugar, etc. Some acceptable sugar alternatives Dr. Bredesen recommends are pure forms of stevia, monk fruit, and allulose. Number 2, simple carbohydrates. These foods include all processed foods such as candy, cookies, muffins, cakes, breads, crackers, pasta, white potatoes, including fries and chips, soft drinks, both regular and diet, puddings, sugary fruit, and fruit juices. Number 3, grains. This includes wheat, rye, barley, corn, oats, and rice. And number 4, conventional dairy. This includes conventional milk, cream, yogurts, kefirs, and cheeses. Dr. Bredesen's recommended dairy alternatives are unsweetened versions of milk from almonds, coconut, flax, hazelnut, hemp, and macadamia. And for those who can tolerate it, Dr. Bredesen recommends we consume small amounts of the A2 dairy products that come from special grass-fed cows. For more details on these, check out episode 62. Step 3. Start working in non-starchy vegetables for carbs. Dr. Bredesen wants us to freely indulge on these for their exceptionally high amounts of neuroprotective phytonutrients and antioxidants. Dr. Bredesen's top 5 neuroprotective plant categories are colored vegetables like beets, carrots, and onions, leafy greens like arugula, all lettuces, and kale, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage, fruits, legumes, and fungi like avocado, tomatoes, peas, and mushrooms, and herbs and spices like turmeric, oregano, thyme, saffron, ginger, and cinnamon. Ideally, Dr. Bredesen would like us to eat at least 6 to 9 cups of these deeply pigmented, organic, and non-starchy vegetables per day as the majority of our carbohydrate intake, pulling from all 5 of these category lists. For more in-depth lists, check out episode 68. Step 4. Start working in quality protein. Dr. Bredesen's top 5 animal protein categories are wild-caught fish like salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. Wild-caught shellfish, crustaceans, and mollusks like scallops, clams, mussels, and oysters. Pastured eggs, grass-fed red meat like beef, lamb, bison, and pork. Note, those positive with the ApoE4 gene need to limit their red meat consumption. And pastured poultry like chicken, duck, goose, or turkey. Of all these, Dr. Bredesen wants us to prioritize wild-caught seafood and pastured eggs for their exceptionally high brain-building omega-3 fatty acids and choline content. And to maximize insulin sensitivity, Dr. Bredesen wants us to ideally limit animal protein consumption to 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram of lean body mass per day. For more details on this, check out episode 71. Step 5. Start working in some brain-healthy fats. Dr. Bredesen's brain healthy approved list are monounsaturated fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocados, and macadamia nuts. Polyunsaturated fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids like algae, krill, fatty cold water fish, shellfish, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seed. And saturated fats like coconut and MCT oils and grass-fed butter and ghee. Dr. Bredesen wants us to stay away from all the trans fats like margarine, shortening, other shelf-stable products like cookies, cakes, crackers, chips, microwave popcorn, creamers, fried foods like French fries, donuts, and most restaurant deep-fried foods. We also want to cut out all the high omega-6 industrialized, hydrogenated, inflammatory oils that go rancid easily like soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, peanut oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, and cottonseed oil. You can't go wrong if all you do is stick to high polyphenol, cold press, extra virgin olive oil. So, in summary, start fasting, then remove all the inflammatory foods out of your home and diet, and then start working in non-starchy vegetables, and have as many as you like. Then add in a moderate amount of high-quality protein, then work in a liberal amount of brain-healthy fats. There are more details and special considerations to KetoFlex 12.3, but if you can complete these 5 major steps, you're at least 80% of the way there and at least gaining 80% of the positive brain benefits. For my family, this is how we simplified it and made it stick for us. If you want to go deeper on this dietary program with more detailed information, check out Dr. Bredesen's second book, The End of Alzheimer's Program, the Alzheimer's Gene Resource website forum, apoe4.info, and Dr. Bredesen's website, Apollo Health. I've linked all these resources in the description below. And I'd love to hear from you. Has your neurologist ever helped you formulate a dietary program for your cognitive health? What do you think of this video? Please drop me a comment. If you found this information helpful, please feel free to share this video with anyone you think it could serve. And please like and subscribe as it helps our community grow. And remember, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD. I'm a caregiver and citizen researcher on the ground, helping a loved one, someone just like you. This information is for educational purposes only. Please consult your medical practitioner before implementing any changes. Thank you for watching. My dad thanks you. Hope these resources are helpful to you and your family, and see you in the next video.